There's an example which is very, easy to understand. How something water will not be ring fenced by an ahad. A woman, a single woman going on Hajj, the Hanafis will say she cannot go on Hajj because she needs a Mahram. Without a Mahram, she can't go on Hajj. So what is the evidence? The hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. By the way, it's Imam Maliki transmits this hadith in the Muwatta, that a believing woman who believes in Allah on the last day cannot travel for 24 hours without a Mahram. A day and a night rather than 24 hours. Similar to that meaning. So Imam Malik radhiyallahu anh, he says that the ayah in the Quran has no condition. So the obligation on the man is the same obligation on the woman. Yeah. But the Hanafis say, look, there's this hadith. Yeah. So what the Maliki scholarship did, they said, look, there's a principle on which everyone agrees. Yeah. Which is, when a non-Muslim woman enters the deen, in a non-Muslim land, she is under obligation to travel to Muslim lands. Yeah. So a non-Muslim woman becomes a Muslim, she is under obligation to travel to Muslim land. The Hanafis have no problem on this. They say, yes, it is an obligation upon her to travel to Muslim lands. So now the Hanafis say, what about the hadith? What about the hadith? No, this is an obligation. So Imam Malik's understanding is, yes, that is an obligation, just as Hajj is an obligation. Yeah. So because it's an agreed upon principle of Muslim scholarship that when a woman is for an obligatory journey, she does not need a chaperone. Yeah. So that's the understanding of the madhab, is when it is an obligatory journey, a journey which she is obliged, then she does not need a chaperone. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rather than bringing a hadith in. So hadith that the Hanafis are limiting the obligation of a woman. In the same point, they are not applying it on the woman who has entered the deen. Because it's an obligatory journey, yeah, she can travel without a chaperone, and thus which is the same with the school of Medina, that a woman, if she can't find a mahram, as long as she fulfills the conditions of Hajj, then she should travel. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's first, it's always the Quran. The first point is always the Quran. The second is agreed upon principles. So because the hadith now is contradicting the obligation. Yeah. Imam Malik understands that hadith is to do with nafal journeys. So anything that is, a nafal journey, then, she should have a chaperone. But if it's an obligatory journey, she does not need a chaperone. Ideally, she can travel with a group of women. So that's one way of looking at the usul, that the Amal And why Imam Malik, the Andalusi, gets this, it's not new. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anh, he would take, the women of his locality in Medina on Hajj, yeah, without mahram. And this is well recorded.